So anyway, you mentioned personality.
Hmm.
Like the thinking is that different people are into different things, and so you shouldn't like try to attune yourself just to be more popular, because it's not going to work.
Right.
But it seems to me that that like there's fat women who think that
Fat bottom girls.
who sort of rationalize and say, well, there are guys who are into fat women.
Okay.
And maybe there are. But it's like, I don't think that's anywhere near a majority of guys. I think it's like, it's gotta be like 10% or less.
Okay.
And so, you would do much better to lose weight than to try to search around for a guy who's gonna like you the way you are.
Okay.
And so, that would be my thinking with gaining muscle as well. Maybe there are girls who are into slender men.
Slenderman.
I think probably you do. You would probably enjoy the effects of being muscular and popular.
You think that would do it? You think people would pay attention to me on Facebook more if I were strong?
Oh, if you had a profile pic that was shirtless, yes. I think there's a guy I didn't really know in high school, but he went to my high school. And I saw his Facebook profile recently, and I guess he's gotten like really hot.
Mm-hmm.
And he just posted a profile pic. It's just him smiling at the camera, and he got like dozens of likes.
Okay.
Don't you think that would feel pretty good? Just to like have women like you.
For no reason.
Yeah, just, you don't really have to do anything
Yeah.
to impress them.
Yeah, I guess. But if we're talking like long-term romantic relationship, I think I'd prefer someone that I actually have things in common with.
Well, yeah. But I do have to wonder how strong the effect is where sexual attraction is like a glue in a relationship. It seems like a lot of marriages fail because people just aren't into each other.
But then why would they have gotten married in the first place?
Because they were young and hot.
So when they let themselves go, things take a turn.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
Yeah. It's kind of a complex beast.
So,
I'm
like,
backtracking because I think there's a treasure I missed.
surely there is. But ideally, of course, you would want to be both sexually desirable and have the personality traits that make for a good relationship.
Mm-hmm. I would say my perception of a person is largely influenced by their personality. So, by the reverse law, or by taking that in the opposite direction, if someone doesn't like my personality, they're not going to stick around with me no matter what I look like.
I don't know.
Well, maybe someone shallow would.
I kind of think that it's a really strong effect. Like, do you really think there's lots of overweight women with great personalities who are just really successful on the dating market? As opposed to skinny women with terrible personalities?
It might depend on which market you're polling from. Like
As in if you're meeting people at bars versus online?
Yeah, see, like the type of person who goes to bars to meet women or men or whatever it is you're into, that's not my type of personality. So, like, I wouldn't
Well,
meet...
isn't that just a Mormon thing?
No, I mean, because I'm not a social person. Like,
Okay.
even, like, the Mormon equivalent, which is like going to singles activities.
All right.
Right? Like I don't necessarily see that as my, potential dating pool. I go to an activity and it's like, all right, what do we got here? I'd probably date her. I might date her. I don't think of it in that way. And so, to me, it's. I certainly can't discount physical attraction. I mean, there's some women I'm attracted to and some that I'm not. And it's entirely possible that someone I'm not attracted to might become more attractive if they, lost some weight.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say that personality has always been a larger factor for me, personally.
Okay.
Hey, who's this mysterious ninja? Come back, Ninja Man.
I think it probably goes back to people getting into relationships for multiple reasons.
How so?
The most historical reason would just be to have children.
Okay.
And then we've, added on, oh, you don't want to be alone for your life. So you want someone to hang out with and, know all your stories.
Mm-hmm.
But go on.
At the very least, you could give me a response. Stand back. He seems vaguely familiar. Wait a minute. He owes allegiance to no one, and will do anything for money. He comes and goes like the wind. His name is the Hamburglar. I'll probably have to truncate this.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Oh, no.
Let's see, what is that, 6?
No.
Hamburger.
Dang it.
You can do Hamburger.
Hamburglar. His name is... Comes and goes like the wind. What's a good one?
Shadow.
No. There you go. No, wait. His name is... I... I am... Pay.
Oh. Thought you were gonna go with IP freely.
An architect of world renown. That's I am Pay.
It's his mama's throat for a nickel.
Or to design a school. Better steer clear of him, I guess. Let's talk to him again. How about the puppy? Leave us. The dog eats strangers for breakfast.
Let's name the dog.
Who are you? Out of the way. I gotta get this cider over to the old man. That's my job. Now scram.
The cider bringer.
I think we should follow him. See where he's off to. Seems like a story in development. Where'd he go?
Well, that was fun.
Duncan made his son Vargas practice a strict martial arts lifestyle. Vargas resented it. Who are you? Are you just talking to yourself? That guy at the counter, he's kinda creepy. His name's I Am Pei. The Empire's been invading one town after the next. We're not safe here. Well, better keep drinking. Are kids allowed in here? What do you think? Oh, all right. You didn't give me a chance to answer.
She's drunk. Just ignore.
In. Where's the outdoor? Ba-dum-tsh.
Okay. Scroll in bed.
How's it going? The Empire attacked Figaro Castle? No, we'll be drawn into battle.
Oh, I love your pillow talk.
Let's see, I don't need to rest. Actually, I probably do. Okay, we'll rest. Rest up for our big battle tomorrow.
Who knows where it will be?
Why does he have a typewriter on the counter?
Adding up all that money.
Quick, run to bed. That'll make us tired. So you don't think people get married for any other reason than either having kids or not being lonely?
Well, I mean, having kids sort of like...
It's incidental.
Like, I'm not saying they want to have kids. It's like they're attracted to people because
That guy's smacked in the wall.
genetically, like, they're designed to want to have kids. That's just sort of what the urge is based on. I hope you read all that.
Yep. 2 relics a person. Sweet. What do we got? What were you saying?
Like, yeah, in terms of not being alone, like, why a relationship over a friendship if it's nothing more than that?
How do I equip relics?
It does seem like a monogamous relationship is basically designed to satisfy several urges, as opposed to, like, past types of relationships.
Yeah, we're running. Oh, yeah.
There you go. So you just have to have the guy in front wear his speed shoes and everyone else will go fast as well.
Yep. That's how it works. I can move faster than you can.
It's a shame I need to go this way so much. Do you think there are other reasons?
For marriage? Well, being religious, yes, I do.
Oh, is it a requirement to get into heaven? Is that part of it?
No, we were created to be together. It's part of the. It's part of what makes life better and joyful.
Oh, like that's it? Like there's no reasoning there, it's just point blank. Yeah, we're supposed to.
Well, I mean, that's the basics. I don't like strangers. Bring me some cider and maybe I'll talk to you. But that guy just brought cider.
Do you feel that people should be able to be happy on their own, though?
Yeah. Why not?
No, I agree.
I'm just saying that, if you can find someone to share your life with, then it can be all the better.
That doesn't sound religious to me.
Well, I think the best parts of religion are the things that are universally applicable.
As in the things that aren't really necessarily a part of religion?
Or the things that universally apply to life that like people get caught up on this idea that religion is this mystical belief system that doesn't really work in the real world, whereas I see it as a very practical lifestyle that is just like it doesn't have to be all convoluted and weird.
It's time to go down fighting.
Even with their Magitech armor, we'll make it tough on them.
Sweet Duncan.
Is the donut man here?
World famous artist.
Maybe we should go there. Or we'll just raid his house first. Save point.
Sweet. That's his secret.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but your husband has a save point in the basement. What was he doing with it? I think he was saving the game. And then reloading. If he ever died. No, say it isn't so.
So when it comes to religion, basically, you're talking like the parts that aren't the mystical parts. You're talking like when you listen to someone giving a talk, and they're talking about, oh, you should do chores for your wife to make her happy. Like, you consider that part of religion?
Yeah. Because the basis of pretty much every single religion is just, being nice to other people and not being a douchebag. Being less selfish and more selfless.
Well, I'm not talking specifically about that. It's just like, to me, religion is basically the parts of your philosophical belief system that are based on God.
So, say that again.
Like, religion is just, to me, exclusively the parts that aren't the sciencey bits of life.
Okay.
Like, if you're just talking about relationships, as in God isn't involved, per se, you're doing chores. You're not doing it for God. You're doing it to make your wife happier. If that's the reasoning, then it doesn't strike me as being religious.
I see. Well, I disagree.
So, religion, like, by definition to you, is just whatever people talk about in church?
It's whatever makes the world a better place.
Okay.
We all want to be happy, right? And as far as I
want
see
to be
it,
happy. Yeah.
as far as I see it, if you follow religious principles, which is to say, being an honest and good person, then it leads to a happier life overall.
Okay. Well, that seems different to me.
Then what?
Because I don't like arguing definitions. If you want to call religion something, whatever. But it seems like there's stuff that can be shown through reasoning, and there's stuff that has to be taken on faith. And the stuff that's taken on faith is religion. So if you're saying, if you believe that following your religious principles will make you happier, then I consider that a religious view. Whereas if you say, I think that taking walks every day will make me happier because I read a study that said so, or just because it makes you feel good, I don't see that as religion.
Okay. Well, for someone who believes religion, or maybe not, maybe it's a semantic thing, it's for someone who believes that everything that is good can be a spiritual thing, then, I wouldn't say, taking a walk to be happier is necessarily anti-religion. Obviously it's not part of the religious practice per se, but I think it's it could be considered a spiritual thing.
What do you think you're doing, barging in here while I'm trying to write a letter? Harumph.
Oh, sorry. Even a millionaire can be startled. Just dropping that little fact in there. There's always a nasty draft in this room. Where's it coming from? Clues.
It comes from his clothes. Ooh.
Secrets.
I never saw that staircase there right next to my bed because there was a bookcase.
They all live in the flatland. Oh, look, a bucket. And a chair. This almost looks like a holding cell of some kind. A secret torture room, you might say. I'm saving an awful lot without much happening. Ooh, a maze.
I'm not amazed. You skipped right over the chest?
Oh. An old clock is ticking. It blends in.
A very vibrant gramophone player.
It's not ticking. Very
Clue?
suspicious. Empty.
It was a mimic.
Getting rich off the millionaire. He won't miss it.
So you don't make a point of differentiating between religion and some other, what I would call real life.
Not necessarily. I mean, now talking about it, now it's like, okay, well, it's a semantic thing. Religion could be just considered, the things you do when you go to church and when you practice this ritualized thing. I guess you could just call that the religious part of my life. Where'd that kid go? And then everything else is, spirituality or whatnot.
Okay. Well, how did we get onto that subject?
I don't even know. Was it,
marriage?
Oh, marriage.
For other reasons.
I see.
Oh, that's a big room. Must be a millionaire that lives here.
Chocobo rental agency. In cafe. Can we bring cider to that fellow? Take
Probably
this.
chase after him now that you got your speed boots on.
Maybe not take this cider off the countertop. Hey, barkeep, give me a cider.
And make it mild?
Make it a double. That girl's back.
She's a regular.
She's got a tab going. When I get a job, I'll pay it off.
That's the dream.
I think you've had enough, little girl. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
She doesn't realize we've been serving her virgin ciders all these years. Virgin ciders? I got the lamp cellar.
How do we get out of this junk town?
Which I like. It's either on the left or the top.
Let's see,
that
have we
much.
been in this building? Is this where Ciderman was?
Oh, I was paying zero attention.
So, yeah. Get out of my way.
Ah, the perils of speed boots.
I love that very determined walk he has when he's walking downward. His torso just stands still. Alright, so they talked about some guy that went to the mountains to the east, so that's where we're headed.
It's Terra's theme.
Is it? Nice. It's pretty. You mean, Wedgette's theme?
Yeah. Do a Google search for that, you're not gonna get much.
You'd probably get something.
It's the dread Rhinotaur. Half horse, half rhinoceros.
think it'd be half bull, wouldn't it? That's the Tor part.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Not Colts, that's where the martial artist was.
Yeah, we're gonna track him down and beat him up. We're looking for a challenge. Hey, who's that?
Shadowy figure.
Waving at us.
Drawing us ever onward.
Brawlers.
Hey, I wasn't looking for a brawl.
I was looking for a challenge. Take my auto crossbow.
Yeah, didn't think of that, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Spent your life learning to punch people in the days of auto crossbows.
Mm-hmm. Shadow. Come back, Shadow. Could it be that mysterious ninja?
The Hamburglar.
I am Pei.
You ever been stood up?
Stood up. Like on a date?
Yes, or something close to it.
I have been forgotten about a number of times.
What?
It doesn't feel too good.
Forgot about, like, that's her excuse, or like you think she actually forgot about you?
I think people genuinely actually forget about me very easily. It happens so often that it can't possibly be on purpose anymore.
Huh.
Let's see, there are 2 entrances I wanted to... I'm sure like one of these has like a treasure and the other is just the path. But like my friend, I had this friend Adam, who like he and some of his friends organized a trip to the local amusement park, and they were supposed to come pick me up, and then they never did.
Ooh boy.
And then there was this...
Did you go yourself, or did you just sit around tapping your foot like a lady?
I sat around feeling very sad and hanging my head down.
Okay, go on.
And there's another time... There was another time when we had like what we call a service auction, where someone would say, you know, I will, you know, mow your lawn for free, and then they auction that off for either money and they donate to charity, or for points that you've accumulated at some other activity or whatever. So we had a silent auction, and I had won a date with someone.
Ooh, baby.
And
she hot?
Not especially, no.
Oh. Why did you bid on her?
Because it was like anonymous. I didn't know who it was.
Oh, okay.
But she was a nice girl. But yeah, we were supposed to like go out like on a specific day, and then like the day came, and like I hadn't like heard back from her or anything, and like she hadn't contacted me in any way, and I was like, am I supposed to contact her now? Like I was kind of unsure of how to proceed at that point.
But you were supposed to contact her.
Well, it was sort of like set, and like we had it set. I can't remember all the details, but to my recollection, everything it was like set, and then the day came and went, and nothing happened, and like she never mentioned it again.
So on the day of, you had bought a date from this lady, and you made no efforts to contact her.
No. No, so it was like, it wasn't the same day.
Right.
It was like, you know, we had
Different day.
the service auction, and then like I won the date, and
Was there a set time?
not in the details.
Okay, but there was a set day.
No.
Oh.
No, like it was just, you know, we'll go out on a date. That was the whole thing.
Okay.
And so afterward, you know, she came and talked to me because
Right.
she knew who she was.
On this day.
On the auction day, she came and talked to me and like, okay, let's do it on this day. And so we're like, okay, we'll do it. And
Oh, okay.
and then nothing
Said
ever
that.
happened.
Did you have her contact information?
Yeah, I tried calling her and nobody picked up.
Oh, well, that's different. That goes beyond rude. That's basically theft.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy about it, but I mean,
She's ugly anyway, so who cares?
I wish I knew why people, forgot about me so often, because it does happen a lot, and I'm not sure why that is, and it's hurtful.
But if you worked out, people wouldn't forget so much.
You don't know that though. Like, maybe it's a personality thing entirely. Maybe it's just I'm so, soft-spoken and shy and whatever that people just don't notice me, and so they don't remember me.
Could be.